Hello and welcome to the Local Candidate Forum, the virtual 2020 version. This event is sponsored by the Decorah chapter of the American Association of University Women, the Luther College Political Science Department, the Luther College Social Work Program, and the Luther College Center for Ethics and Public Engagement. So thank you to those sponsors, and a big thank you to Professors Jackie Wilkie, Susan Schmidt, and to all of Professor Schmidt's students who helped produce this video in the Social Work 201 class. The Winneshiek County Board of Supervisors is the policymaking body of the county. Its duties include planning, construction and maintenance of secondary road system, levying taxes to raise revenues for the county, appointing members to various county boards and commissions, and receiving the reports of county officials. Winneshiek County Supervisors serve 4-year terms, and there are 5 members on the board. We will be hearing from candidates for District 3, Shirley Vermace and Julie Askelson. And here is the map showing the Winneshiek County Board of Supervisor districts on the right. The bluish color in the middle is District 3.
Hi, I'm Shirley Vermace. I'm running for Supervisor District 3 in Winneshiek County.
I'm Julie Askelson, and I am the District 3 candidate for Winneshiek County Supervisor.
What motivated you to run for county supervisor?
Like I said, I've always been interested in politics. That's why the history minor at Luther. My family was always politically minded. We've always had discussions regarding important issues of our country. I have actually been to the caucuses and primaries. I think it's important for people to understand how the process of our government works. So I don't want to be someone who complains about this, that, or the other, or this isn't happening for our government or agencies or anything like that. I think it's important for people to have an understanding of how government works. It's a process. It's not something that you can change at the snap of a finger. And I'm just interested in that process. I'm a positive leader, and I'm open-minded. And so I thought I could be a positive influence on the Board of Supervisors. And the Board of Supervisors pride themselves on building consensus and having positive leadership. And I have the demeanor to pursue and to continue with their tradition. I have chosen to run because I have always been involved in the political process from my family. I come from an education family. My mom is a teacher, my grandmother's a teacher, my other grandma was on the school board, so education was a big thing for me, and that's a public service. Over the several years that I was a career educator, as a special education teacher, as a reading strategy teacher, as an American history teacher, as a school principal, I have served thousands as a public servant. I know what it is to work with a team. I know what it is to build consensus. I know how to be an advocate for people. So because of that, I am a very qualified candidate for Winneshiek County Supervisor.
I have been an activist and active member of my society for a long time, going back to even to high school before I could vote. My mom served as a delegate to the Washington, D.C. convention, and my Aunt Jane does brown-eyed, blue-eyed research or work now with racism. Those strong women in my life and many other strong women in my life have always encouraged me to be active and involved in helping my community in any way I can. I consider it a duty to help my community. Another reason I want to serve on the County Board of Supervisors is that since moving home in 2000 with our 3 young children to Winneshiek County, back to Winneshiek County, I've been involved in the Decorah Community Schools as PTO president. I've served on the board of the Winneshiek County Habitat for Humanity. I currently serve on the Decorah Park and Rec Commission in my 2nd elected term. And I'd like to take that service to a bigger level, to the county level, to continue to serve my community any way I can.
What are your priorities on your platform as a county supervisor?
The rubber meets the road at county level for the Board of Supervisors. They run budgets, taxes, roads, bridges, gravel, all of the stuff that keeps the county going. But in addition to that, some of the issues that I think we're going to be challenged with in the coming years include flood mitigation, clean energy solutions, roadside management program, and I can go into that with more depth, but they're doing a great job of that right now, and I'd like to see that continue. Mental health care, child care, affordable housing, and social justice for all. We've got a long way to go, and I want to be part of the solution to some of those challenges as we head into the future.
Winnebago County has a budget. The priorities are on the budget. And if you look at the Winnebago County budget, the item that is has the largest amount spent is the roads and transportation portion of the budget. It's around, in fact, I have it right here, $7 million. So that being said, safety, public safety is the number one issue of the county, because people, our residents who pay for those roads, and our visitors that come to Decorah in this area, because it's a beautiful area, deserve to have safe roads. The understanding that a lot of people don't get is for our roads to be well maintained, it takes several funding streams. Only 1/3 of the budget comes from local road use taxes. The rest of it comes from state and federal funding. And so there is a 5-year comprehensive plan regarding transportation and safety in this county. It's not for me to go in there and try and change that, because that comprehensive plan is already in place. It's for me to help guide the decisions that maintain that safety for residents. So it's not about me at all. It's about the residents of Winnebago County. Now, each of the county supervisors have a list of committees, and they have responsibilities, and those assigned committees might meet on a quarterly basis, they might meet monthly, but those committees also represent the different agencies that serve county residents. And I have the time and the discipline, and I am ready to jump in and serve the residents of Winnebago County. Like I said, it's not about me. It's about what's already happening in the county and how to move it forward in a positive way.
What are the risks of the campaign during this time?
One is voter apathy. I think that as a democracy, we need every vote to count, and we need everybody who's legal to vote to be able to do that, to have a voice in their democracy. Another issue that is a risk to my campaign is voter divisiveness, or society's divisiveness. Whether people are in no party, Republican Party, Democratic Party, we all live on this little rock called Northeast Iowa, a little rock called the United States for that matter. And until we start learning to work together, we will never solve the issues that we're faced with today. First and foremost, climate change. That's not going to wait for us to be ready. It's happening whether we want it to or not, and we need to face it. Secondly, we've got to stop being so divided, and we need to combat racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, et cetera, at every level. There's no room for that in our democracy. So those are some of the factors that I see as risks to my campaign. They don't need to be there, but they are.
And as I see it, the risks for a person running for political office is you put yourself out there, and you better be prepared for people to speak negatively about you, and you gotta have kind of a thick skin. So having been a principal, I've developed that thick skin. That's a risk. So you put yourself out there. During COVID, the risk is health, because you can't really go door to door safely. You don't want to make people feel uncomfortable with your appearing on their doorstep. So you have to find different ways to market yourself. And I am fortunate, because I have served thousands of kids who are now grown up. I have a huge network of educators and students that are supportive. And I'm glad for that. And I'm happy that I was in education to serve people and to build consensus. I just enjoy it. Like this interview thing is uncomfortable because if you have a forum, then you have the interactions of the people and the reactions, and it's actually more enjoyable and actually more informative.
What are some of the biggest opportunities to come out of running for this position?
To have a better understanding of how our local government works. And for me, I already have an understanding of how local government works because of my education background, where I was a Title I coordinator. And if a Title I coordinator is a federal grant from the federal government. So you have to fill out an application. And so you have to have the details of that application. You have to dot all your I's and cross all your T's, or your school isn't going to get the money. And the federal money is funneled through the state, and the state funnels it to the local school districts. So as an opportunity, I already have an understanding of how different funding streams work, and I can go out and explain those funding streams to residents of the county, because the funding streams for the roads and safety are very complicated, and people just don't understand how big an animal it really is. And so I have that understanding, and I can take that out and have serious conversations with residents of Winnebago County. So that's great. So I can talk to people. I have learned an understanding. I can share that with people, and I can take some of the feelings and concerns of citizens back to the supervisors to have discussions that are meaningful, not that they aren't already meaningful, but to have a wide perspective. I'm a person who's persuadable. And that means, it's not just because you're going to change your mind or you're going to have an argument or a debate. Being persuadable is someone who's going to consider all the details and all the facts and weigh those facts and come up with the best decision for the residents of Winnebago County. Like I said, it's not about me, but it's about learning. And it's about learning about Winnebago County. It's having an understanding and taking that understanding out to Winnebago County residents. And in that capacity, I have the demeanor, I have the skills, I have the professionalism that I can serve Winnebago County as a supervisor.
One of the biggest opportunities in running for this position is the opportunity itself. I am meeting so many great people, whether it's students at Luther College I've met through this process, business partners in the area, organization leaders, nonprofit leaders. I've met so many great people through this campaign, and the opportunities it's afforded me is to be able to build on those relationships and learn and listen from all of those relationships. There's a lot of people in this county, a lot of interests among those people in this county, and the Board of Supervisors needs to make sure that when they make decisions, everybody's at the table who needs to be at the table. So the opportunities are endless for this community, and when we come together, work together, build that beloved community together, there's nothing stopping Winnebago County citizens. We're strong, we're hardy, and we know how to get it done.